Hello my equestrian friends, it's me Lisa, the budget equestrian, and welcome back to today's video. Originally I had planned on releasing a video about this today. This is called the Scratchy Stick, but in light of everything that is going on right now, I really wanted to talk more about things that you can do at home. The Scratchy Stick video is coming out, just not quite yet. Hopefully I can share this with you on Thursday because this thing is so cool. It's awesome. I love the Scratchy Stick. But like I said, in light of the circumstances of things that are happening right now all across the world, I really wanted to talk to you more about different things that you can do if you are stuck at home or quarantined at home. A lot of people are doing the right thing and self-quarantining themselves in their homes if they've been exposed or if they aren't feeling well, which is awesome because that's the only way we're going to get this thing to stop spreading, right? We got to kind of distance ourselves from others, and I think it's important for all of us to do our part. Unfortunately for me, I work in the healthcare field, so I will be at work most likely when you're watching this video. But that's okay. I'm taking precautions to keep myself safe and also to keep my patients safe when they come into contact with me. But that is a completely different topic, nothing related to horses. So let's get off that topic and let's talk about some things that you can do in case you find yourself stuck at home for 14 days. Now I started to come up with a list of different things that I can do at home if I were to get quarantined, and I am fortunate enough that I have my horses here at home with me, so I can think of so many different things that I could do if I had to stay home. And I thought maybe these might be helpful for you in case you find yourself at home with nowhere to go. Number one, clean your tack. And I don't mean just clean your tack, I mean clean your tack. Your bridles, your saddle pads, your saddles, basically anything that comes into contact with your horse, clean it. Make it look amazing. You could even use this for your grooming kit. Clean out your grooming kit, dump out all the excess hay and hair, and maybe even wash your brushes. If you've got 14 days at home, you've got a lot of time, so let's make good use of it. And cleaning your tack and your horse stuff is a really good way to make use of that time. And one of my favorite things to do is to organize, and especially organizing my tack room. I know you've seen other videos where I've just spent the entire afternoon organizing my tack room, but this is a great opportunity for you to get to your tack room and organize it. You can go through everything that you have, all of your saddle pads maybe, or your saddles, your bridles. Go through everything, make sure everything is in good working order, and then just organize it in your tack room so that it makes sense. And the most important part of this is make sure that everything has a home. That means your boots have some place that they go, your bridles get hung up, your halters get hung up, your saddles, I think you get the idea. But by making sure that everything has a home will help you to not only get organized, but it helps you to stay organized too. Number three, deep clean the barn. I don't know about your barn, but my barn could really use a deep cleaning right about now. The snow is pretty much gone, the mud is pretty much gone, but that nasty hard dirt remains. So now is a really good time to get in the barn and deep clean everything. Wash the walls, get the cobwebs off the walls and off the ceilings, wash out your horse's water buckets and feed buckets. And it's also a really good time to get all of that manure bedding and everything out of the stall and start fresh and put some new bedding in there, and it will just be awesome. When you have a nice clean barn and a well-organized tack room, it makes it that much more enjoyable for you and probably your horse as well. Number four, make some DIY horse products. I have lots of different videos showing you how I've made a DIY tail serum, DIY waterless shampoo, DIY shine spray. There are so many different DIY products that you can make for your horse, and a majority of the ingredients you probably already have in your home. And the last time I checked, Amazon was still shipping things out, so you could put some things in your Amazon cart and that way you have something to do, especially if you have Amazon Prime. Now would be a great time to make your own horse care products. at home. Number 5, start a workout routine. My coworkers and I have been spending every lunch break working out. We've been using this app called Workouts for Women. It's super helpful, very achievable workouts that you can do anywhere from like 4 minutes to 20, 25 minutes. But typically what we'll do is take 3 workouts for about a half an hour and we work out. This is something that you could be doing right now. If you have a smartphone, you can get the Workouts for Women app. I will leave a link for it down below in case you wanted to check it out, but this app is so much fun and it keeps track of your progress so you can see how many workouts you've done, how many days a week, things like that. But if you're at home for the next 2 weeks, this would be a great way to get a workout routine established and make your workouts a priority so that when you're riding your horse, you'll be stronger and in better shape. Number 6, enter an online horse show. This is something I've talked about a lot in the past, and I have entered online horse shows, and they're really fun. You don't have to leave your home. Your horse can stay tucked away in his barn. All you have to do is find some pictures of your horse that you can enter in these online classes. Probably my favorite online horse show is Global Showing. The lady that runs it, I believe her name is Sue, is so approachable and so wonderful, and the rosettes or ribbons that you get for placing in these classes are really nice. And they even have some video classes too, so you can do like an agility course with your horse. They have an in-hand class sometimes. The best thing to do is go over to Global Showing's website, check it out, see what online horse showing is all about, and there you go. Number 7, take your horse for a walk. I know this might sound silly to a lot of people. I've actually had people laugh at me when they see me walking one of my horses down the road, but taking your horse for a walk exposes him to different things around or off property that he has to get used to. And I find it a lot easier for myself personally to walk my horse down the road or on a trail when I'm not on his back. I find it easier for me to pay attention to his manners, see what he's thinking about, see what he's worried about. And it's a good starting point to start to desensitize him to the things that he might encompass when we're riding in the future. So taking your horse for a walk is a really fun thing to do, especially if you live in a semi-rural area or have dirt roads. Makes it a lot easier. Number 8, shed out your horse, or help your horse to shed out faster. This time of year, March, middle of March, my horses are shedding like crazy, and I do have to spend a little bit of extra time grooming them to really help get that hair out. So if you have the extra time and you really can't think of something to do, why not spend an hour or so currying your horse and getting that deep, loose hair off of his body. It makes it a lot easier when you're tacking him up and your saddle pads aren't filled with hair. Number 9, groom your riding arena. If you are lucky enough to have an official riding arena, why not spend some time grooming it? If your horses have been turned out, like mine have, in the arena, go around and pick up the manure, then pick up any loose pine cones or any other debris that might be out in the arena, and then give it a good grooming. You can use a rake if you don't have anything else, but I find having an arena drag was a very sensible investment and something that I use over and over again. So if you have an arena drag or something that you can use to drag the arena, go out there and get your arena ship shape for when you can ride. Number 10, take an online class, or 2, or 3, maybe 4. Now this is something that everyone can do. If you're watching this video, you have access to the internet. So signing up for an online class or membership, and this is something you can do even if your horse is not with you right now. I've been really happy and enjoying the Noelle Floyd Masterclass membership that I have, and this is a perfect opportunity to really get in as much learning as you can. You can print off the workbooks and take them with you to the barn when you can get to the barn. Or like me, I can take them outside and work with my horses. Number 11, build some jumps. Now I can tell you if I had to stay at home for the next 2 weeks, this would be one of the very first things that I would start working on is building some jumps. I have all of the tools, I have the materials, so this would be an excellent time to focus on building a few new jumps, not only for myself, but potentially to sell or to make some really cool videos in the future showing Pleasant's awesome jumping skills. He's a hunter, you know. And number 12 kind of goes hand in hand with number 11 of building some jumps. Number 12 is make some jump courses. Now you can do this either at your house if you have the jumps, or you could even look online for different jump courses. And then what you can do is actually print off the jump course and put them in a notebook, or do what I did and actually print out the jump courses like this, like they're pictures. Then I keep these in my barn, and that way when I'm setting up a set of jumps, then I have these to reference. And you don't necessarily have to set up full-blown jumps. When I went to the Colorado Horse Park last year and was watching the Grand Prix, I actually took a picture of the course, the Grand Prix course, and I can use this and set up ground poles for working Pleasant or Frisbee over. Jumping your horse doesn't necessarily mean building the jumps. You can do things like this and make a course of ground poles, which can be just as fun and rewarding as jumping. Number 13, tackle learned habits. I really want to call this tackling bad habits, but it's a habit, whether it's good or bad. And if it's a trait that your horse or you are doing for that matter that is undesirable, we tend to think of that as a bad habit. Just to give you an example, Pleasant has gotten in the habit of when I go to feed him, if he isn't fed first, and even sometimes when he is fed first, he will pin his ears back. One time he even tried to nip at me because I wasn't giving him his food fast enough. So this is a behavior that I want to stop right now. And the more that I can reinforce the positive behavior that I want from him, which is to stand there, or better yet, back off away from the gate with his ears perked forward, that is what I want to do. This isn't something that can be fixed in 1 or 2 sessions. It's something that takes time. And if I had the time to do this every single day for 14 days, twice a day, because they get fed twice a day, it would be a lot easier. So if you do find yourself having some time at home and your horse or you has a learned behavior that you're not really keen on, this would be a great opportunity to work on that behavior and get the response that you want. Number 14. Update your equestrian wardrobe. Probably shouldn't say update because I don't mean going out and buying new things, but what I do mean is taking stock of everything that you wear for riding, whether it's pants or breeches, tights, shirts, anything like that. Go through everything that you have and really be mindful of the clothes that you have for riding. If you have 20 pair of breeches, do you wear them all the time, or are there some that you haven't worn? Are there some that are torn or ripped and you're hanging on to them thinking you're going to fix them? Right now you could take the opportunity to fix them. Or if you're not of that mindset, you could just figure out if you're going to toss it, keep it, sell it, or donate it. I don't know too many people that need 20 pair of breeches, myself included. And I'm just throwing out that random number. I do not own 20 pair of breeches. I don't think. No. I don't own 20 pair of breeches or 20 riding shirts for that matter. But going through your wardrobe and knowing what you have is a really good thing to do, probably at least once a season or when you change seasons. That way you do know if you have what you need or if there is something that you are going to need to buy in the near future. Number 15, plant a garden. Plant a garden? How on earth is that horse related? You don't necessarily need to plant a whole entire garden. When was the last time you fed your horse a carrot? Do you give your horse carrots for treats? Well, you could plant some carrots. If you have a yard or the space to do so, you could use a raised bed and plant some carrots. You could also do this if you have a large planter. It's not too cold to start planting things like carrots or peas. In fact, I think peas actually like the cold weather right now, but carrots are a root crop, so they actually do just fine in the temperatures when they get a little bit below freezing. And think about it, if you plant carrots right now, in a couple of months, like later on the summer when all this quarantine business is all behind us and you're just out riding your horse and enjoying your horse, your carrots will be ready to give to your horse as a very nutritious treat, and you can feel good knowing that you grew it yourself. Number 16, a spa day for your horse. Yes, you can have a spa day for your horse where you give him a bath, and I'm sure you guys have seen videos. I've made videos of me giving my horse a spa day, which includes a bath and a haircut. But maybe step it up a notch and give your horse a massage. There's lots of books, there's lots of videos online showing you how to massage a horse. And you could even include a haircut for his mane or tail. And don't forget about his hooves. You could make a homemade hoof remedy that you can put on your horse's hooves. You could trim the little hairs around his fetlocks or around his coronet band, and just really spend some time pampering your horse with a complete spa day, going one step above just a bath. Number 17, you can clean your house. Again, I know this isn't horse related, but especially with this virus that's going on right now, and even things like the flu virus and other bacteria and viruses that are out and about and around and floating everywhere, this is a really good opportunity for you to deep clean your house just like you did your barn. So you can make antibacterial wipes, you can make disinfecting sprays or buy disinfecting sprays, and really take the time to clean everything in your house. All of the surfaces like refrigerator handles, light switch plates, doorknobs, doors, toilet handles, along with the toilet, and even faucet handles. These are all really highly used surfaces that we all touch multiple times a day. Don't forget surfaces like your phone, your computer keyboard, and even your car keys. All of these places are places that we touch multiple times a day that can have viruses or bacteria on them. So it's really important that we keep these surfaces clean. That will hopefully in turn keep us healthy in the long run. Now, if you're overwhelmed because you have a big house or you just can't focus on taking an entire day to deep clean your house, if you're at home anyway, what else do you have to do? You could actually break it down into 2 or 3 days or maybe even 4 days, depending on how big your house is or how many rooms you have to clean, and really clean your house. There is nothing better than walking into a home that you can tell is clean, because not only does it look clean, but it smells clean too. Number 18, make something. Make something. I have lots of videos that you can watch showing you how to make tons of different things for your horse. Sometimes even wedding stuff, sometimes DIY planters for outside of your house, which that's my most viewed video because I guess people want to make planters out of trash cans. But if you're at home and you don't have anything to do, find something to make. You could do stall signs, you could customize your horse brushes, you could make a grooming tote, you can build a saddle stand. There's so many different things that you can do. If you've got the time, why not learn how to knit or crochet and make some horse bonnets? That would be cool. I think I would like to do that. Number 19, bake some horse treats. Horse treats are so easy to make, and I would be willing to bet that you have all of the ingredients right now in your home that you can make horse treats with. I'm trying to come up with a softer recipe for treats for Pleasant, and Pleasant and Frisbee have exhausted all of the treats that I've made for them, so this is actually something I'm going to be doing in the next day or so. Homemade horse treats are super easy to make. They're very affordable, and you know what the ingredients are because you baked them yourself. Number 20, get out and do some groundwork with your horse. For me, doing groundwork exercises with my horses is probably my most favorite thing to do. I think I would say that I like doing groundwork more than I actually like riding my horses. I know that's, not for everybody, but you have to find what you love about being around your horse and working with your horse. So for me, groundwork is awesome. You can work on getting your horse used to the tools or even using a rope halter for the first time. And theoretically, you could actually make a rope halter for your horse if you don't have one. That would go back to what I was talking about make something. You can work on desensitizing, you can work on standing still, you can work at standing tied. All of these types of things from the ground can be done with a little extra time and a whole lot of patience. But the benefit to doing these things on the ground and making sure your horse is doing them well will really help your relationship with your horse, as well as desensitizing him to pretty much anything that could come his way. Number 21, how about a photo session with your horse? If you have a cell phone, you have a camera. Or if you have a DSLR camera or any type of digital camera, you can go out and have a photo shoot with your horse. If you have someone at home with you, you could actually get some pictures of you on your horse or with your horse, or you can do what we all do when we're trying to take pictures with our horse and do selfie mode. I love taking pictures of my horses, number one, because I have a blog where I share lots of photos and I need those photos for the articles I'm writing, and YouTube as well. But I also like to have those photos so I can hang them up in my house. So even though my horses aren't in my house, I have photos of them. And then after you've done that, you can go back to number 6 on my list and enter an online horse show with one of your awesome photos. Number 22, hang out with your horse. And I don't mean just hang out with him like he's tied up to the hitching post and you're just there with him. No, take a few extra minutes, go out, hang out with your horse if he's in his pasture, a field, or even in his stall. You don't necessarily have to be touching him. You don't necessarily even have to be working with him. If you have a turnout for your horse, turn him out and then you just go out in the pasture and see if he'll come up to you. Don't call out to him or anything, but just see if he is curious enough about why you're out there and you're not coming up to him. See if he'll come up to you. You might be surprised at the results you get. So hanging out with your horse is something fun that you can do, and it doesn't cost anything. That's even better. Number 23, if the weather is not good where you live, or it's cold, or you can't get out to your horse, how about just staying at home and watching some of your favorite horse movies? I think one of my most favorite movies, horse related ever, and I watch it all the time, is Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken. I love that movie. There's other movies like Harry and the Snowman, The Black Stallion, International Velvet, Sylvester. Those are just some of my favorites. Do you have a favorite horse movie? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite horse movie is so that way maybe I can check it out. Number 24, read some horse books or magazines. I would be willing to bet you have a collection of horse books and magazines that you've purchased in the past and you've never read. I'm guilty of that. I have a very huge collection of different horse training books as well as magazines that I've had for a long time. And this would be a really good opportunity for you to go through the different books and magazines that you have and see if you pick up on something that might be helpful to your current level with your horse right now. And number 25, ride your horse. I'm mainly saying that for myself. Ride your horse. I've got 2 awesome horses. Frisbee's pretty much retired, but Pleasant is not retired and he needs a job to do. So I need to get out and ride him. But this is something, if you are stuck at home for the next 2 weeks or so, get out there and ride your horse. Maybe if you do ride regularly, you could try something different, like riding bareback or riding on a trail. But the main point I'm trying to make is get out there and ride your horse. Lisa, get out there and ride your horse. See, I'm saying that to myself. All right, hopefully that gives you a few different ideas of different things that you could do at home. If you are stuck at home for the next 2 weeks and you can't go anywhere, hopefully this will give you some different things to do while you're doing the thing that we should all be doing, which is doing the social distancing thing and basically staying home. It may seem like it's an imposition at first, but if you change the way you look at it, instead of focusing on the things you can't do, start looking at the things that you can do. This can do a lot to help your state of mind, decrease your anxiety level, and get you out there and doing something with your horse. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and watch all my other horse-related videos, DIY projects, and product reviews showing you how to make the most of the time that you have with your horse. Again, thanks so much for watching. Stay well, and I will see you in the next video.